heard the saying, when pigs can fly? How about a less common saying, like when chickens have teeth? Have any of you heard the saying, when fish can walk? First of all, if you say you have, you're lying, because that's not a saying. But why isn't it a saying? It seems to fit the bill of metaphorical things that can't happen, but it's not a saying. This is because fish can walk. According to an article by Stephen Hill on Fish and Stream, there are at least 11 species of fish that we know of that can walk on land. My favorite among which being the mudskipper. Hello, my name is Faith Cruz, and today I plan to inform you of the physical and behavioral attributes of a mudskipper, the biological needs and its habitat, and what I find really interesting, its mating habits. Mudskippers have really strong pectoral fins, which allows them to crawl and move around on land. They have bulbous eyes that protrude and face outwards so that they can see the predators around them. They're quite literally a fish out of water, so they're in constant danger from birds, snakes, bigger reptiles. Their dorsal fin allows them to move and balance, and then their skin, which is really cool, on top of helping them blend into their environment, which helps them hide from predators, it allows them to breathe. They can quite literally breathe through their skin, much like amphibians such as the salamander. As mentioned, they can breathe through their skin, so there are some behaviors and habits they have that are really important, such as rolling in mud. If their skin dries out, they are unable to breathe through it, so rolling in mud really helps them quite literally survive. Some other behaviors they have are jumping up high, which helps them see and attract mates, and digging holes. Biological needs and habitats are really important because they tie into these physical and behavioral attributes. They live mostly in West Africa, East Africa, Australia, and the Philippines. More specifically, they live in mudflats, wetlands, and mangrove swamps. They live in these areas, as mentioned before, because they need to keep their skin wet so they can survive. And mudflats allow them to do that. When I first learned about mudskippers, it was from a BBC episode called Life. And I found it so fascinating when I learned about their mating habits, which is what really drew me in. First of all, like most animals, mudskippers need to compete for mates. So to compete, they'll open their mouths, they look really goofy, up wide, and they'll jump at each other, really high in the air. Jumping also helps them to attract mates. The higher they can jump, the better of a mate they're going to be. And then what I really liked, after a mudskipper's mate, the females will lay their eggs inside of the male's little burrow and then leave. The male will stay and take care of them, and he will spend all day until they hatch, clearing out the little tunnel and going back and forth, taking oxygen to the little cavern where the eggs are laid because they need oxygen to thrive. Mudskippers overall are just really cool creatures. They defy logic. Fish shouldn't be able to walk on land, but they can. I'm Faith Cruz, and that was my speech about mudskippers. Thank you.